And I'm sitting here like, he said, hello? Because it was like, did he just say what I thought he said? And he was like, yeah, I got a 19-year. Now, mind you, he's 42 maybe. I got a 19-year-old, a 18-year-old, a 16-month-old.
He working. Thank you.
And 8-month-old twins.
He working.
All by different women.
He working.
So I'm like, you just, he's slanging. So I'm like, you disgusting troll. Because while you were, the 16-month-old was giving birth, you're impregnating another woman. Like, that's so, you're disgusting. You can't control your little penis. And get off my phone. He was like, I'm gonna put your number in my phone. I said, I'm going to put yours in mine too.
I said,
do not answer. Don't you ever. And then he had nurse say I work part-time.
Ooh. How you?
I can't. I said, this is what, this is boiling down to a life. I said, I just can't. Settling would have been, well, maybe we can go out to dinner. No. Ew. I was just like, no.
Well,
yeah. Like, because why would I even give you the opportunity knowing your qualities is not what I'm looking for?
True that. But see, that's the key. If the qualities aren't what you're looking for, don't waste the time.
Bother. Don't even bother.
My pet peeve, and everyone knows this, don't waste my time. Yeah. I can make my money back. I can rebuild what I lost, but I can't make time. My time is everything.
Right. And that right there, you got 5 kids and 4 baby moms.
Dude, you ain't got no time.
You working part-time? You can't afford to buy me dinner.
That's why he got 5 kids by 5 different mamas, because he ain't got no job to keep him busy.
Yeah,
that's
like,
what it is. He living at his mama's.
You need about 6 jobs, dude. Like,
but it gets to a point that you have to stop and realize that this whole world revolves by our personal choices. Our personal choices, not the government, not your pastor, not your girlfriend, not your parents. They come from you. So if you don't like something that's going on, change it. Simple. Stop blaming other people. Number 45 is in there till 2020. Okay? You heard that. 2020. So hindsight's 2020. This man is going to be in there until 2020. Obviously, they're not trying to impeach him.
They're not, enough. Yeah, because
if they brought all those other people up at the beginning, why are they dragging their feet with him? It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So yeah, I don't have no kind of thought that he will get impeached.
Right. No. So make the changes that you need to make within your own communities, within your own time.
And that's what a lot of people say with him being elected. It actually pushed some people to think about, yes. Sometimes it's not always a bad thing. With him being elected, you need to probably think about doing something a lot different with your life.
Push us out of our comfort zone.
Like, yes, you really need to think about your future and where it's going and how you want this to kind of,
Right, because it's not only your future, it's your children, it's your grandchildren. It goes on and on and on. The changes that you make now will affect them when they're coming up. Oh, yeah. So it gets to a point that you have to either sit on the pot or
shit or get off the pot. That's what my mom used to say.
Right.
Shit or get off the pot.
Your life is only going to be as horrible as you allow it to be.
And sometimes when you sit on that pot for a long time, and this is like a little bit maybe TMI, but you ever notice?
Oh, Lord.
And when I say that shit or get off the pot, it's like when you notice when you're sitting there and you're trying to go to the bathroom, nothing happens. As soon as you get up and get to moving, that's when things start to happen. So sometimes you got to get up and move in life. You can't wait for things to just. You
can't play peekaboo with your shit.
Yeah. You coming? No. Okay.
I'm leaving. But I mean, if you truly think that you're living a life with purpose, do you have a plan for that purpose? Are you moving forward on that plan? Do you have your steps laid ahead of you in order to make it happen? Because that's what it takes. It takes a plan to raise children. Better yet, no, let's go back. It takes a plan to date. Meaning that if you're not in that casual dating realm, and you have a purpose while you're dating, then that's what you do. You date within that purpose.
Yes.
You have that plan that, okay,
if you're not, I'm ready for marriage, don't date anybody that says they want marriage.
Right.
Just don't do it.
Make the choices that are going to make your life happier. Okay? You're not going to make your life happier just by saying, oh, I want to be happy. No, don't work that way.
And that's what we talk about, like smart goals. Like anything in life, they have to be smart.
Right.
They have to be specific. They have to be measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely.
Right.
Like, and I do that. We do that with the clients. That's how we have to smart. They got to be smart. Like, I can't say, oh, I want to be a neurosurgeon in 6 months. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
It's not a smart
It's
goal.
not smart.
So, if you feel like if you're casually dating, hey, date 5, 6, 7. As many people as you want till you figure out what it is that you do want. That's why dating
it's called dating.
And it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's healthy. But when you're in that realm of I want a committed relationship, date people who have the same goals as you. That way you're not, ruffling each other's feathers.
And wasting time.
Wasting time.
Just wasting
Same
time.
thing with children. Make sure while you're dating that the person that you're dating has the same mind frame when it comes to raising children.
Or even having children.
True.
Yeah. Like
True.
There's, if I'm dating somebody older, I could be dating somebody a little younger than me. And they might want children. And I'm very upfront, like, nah, not going to happen.
Right.
So we need to,
agree to disagree and move on.
Or move on. Or how bad do you want children? So that's his choice to make, to say, well, I really don't want them as a kid. We can get a dog or something like that.
Right.
But that's his choice to make, to say, no, you know what? It's nice knowing you. I'm going to find someone and that's cool.
Right. And it is. It's okay. There's cool. 9 billion plus people in this world.
In this world. There's a whole bunch of them.
Right. And now with social media, you meeting people from all over the world. It's no longer, going to the grocery store and bumping into somebody.
That's probably how I'm going to meet mine.
You can meet somebody in Italy.
At Acme.
You can meet somebody online from Italy and they want to spark off, a connection with you. There's nothing wrong with that. Just as long as you know what it is that you want and what they want. Mm-hmm. And Google their name. Yes, do a background on them.
Do a background check.
Nowadays it's necessary. It's a necessary evil, but you have the power to plan your life out the way you want to be. I hate when people tell me, oh, I'm so miserable. Your choices are making you miserable. Move away from me. Different. Move to the left. Get away from me because I'm not on that realm.
You have to do something. Sometimes you have to look and say, because some people do the same thing over and over and over and over. And it's like, it's not working for you. Are you any happier 4 or 5 years from now? Like I always tell people, look at your life right now. Look at your life right now.
Okay. Do
you want to live the same? Next 5 years, do you want to be living the same exact way?
Of course not.
Like, that's what people say when they're in relationships. The next 5 years, do you want to be in the same relationship? Do you want to be doing the same exact thing that you're doing right now?
If it's not healthy, no.
So you got to sometimes do something different.
Right. And be okay
and
with it.
And it's very hard. For some people, it's very, very hard to, do things different. Some people have been doing the same thing, scared of the change and scared of failure and scared of we're going to fail in life. That's just a part of life.
Right.
And what you do is you learn from that.
But the thing is, a teacher really made it real clear to me at a young age about failure. The word failure shouldn't even exist because there's no such thing as failure.
You learn. It's a learning process.
There's never anything. There's no such thing as failure.
Yeah, it's a learning process. When I don't get something, like when I had to do the board report for the first time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was only there maybe like a 2 weeks. So it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing really. And nobody was there. Like everybody seemed like just disappeared. And I said, okay, so I guess I'm going to have to figure this out on my own. And I'm up there and I'm poking stuff. And I said, you know what? If it works, it works.
Right.
If I do something wrong, guess what? They'll tell me.
And
I'll learn. And then that's it. That's all I can do.
You'll evolve from there. But
I said, I'll just do it wrong until they tell me, hey, you got to do this.
Right.
So,
but there's no such thing as failure. I mean, get that out of your vocabulary, get that out of your mind, because in order to progress and to reach your goals, failure should not be a word that you would want in anywhere around you.
Yeah, and it's not even, it's like I didn't succeed. I had failure. You know, to me, it's just like, it's a learning process. That's all.
You didn't succeed at what?
I did it. It didn't come out right. Let me figure out how to do it different.
Right.
So maybe it'll come out a different, way. That's
correct.
It.
Correct.
Like some people take it as a very devastating blow.
And I was one of them. That's why the teacher was the one who sat there and said, you know what, Sharon, there's no such thing as failure. Ever.
Yeah, like
Ever.
I get disappointed.
Which is a good word.
I get disappointed, like when they sent me my letter. I was very disappointed.
But it wasn't a pink slip; it was just a letter.
It was a letter, and because I've worked hard to get my license, and now you're telling me that
and are still working hard.
Yeah, it's like not clinical enough, and I'm like, what? Yeah, it wasn't but I never felt at one point I was going to just roll over and die.
Right.
It was a point of, okay, I'm gonna get this anger out of me. I'm not going to get in this car and drive to Newark. I'm not going to do that. I was like, you don't have enough bail money. Who can you call? Who got money in the bank? No, it ain't pay week. They can't help you. Yeah, so it was just like, they'll just yell and scream and cry in the house.
Get it over with.
Get it out.
And move on.
And then figure out what you need to do to get what you need to be.
Right.
And that's what I've done.
And that's been the key to everything in your life if you stop and think about it. Every time that you run into that wall that you feel like this is it, it's never been it.
It's never been it.
Once you cross that wall, then you're like, oh, wow, it's not that bad over here.
And I've never felt that at a point where it was, okay, this didn't work out. Like, then I'm just a failure. I'm done. I'm over it. It's like, okay. And that's what some people cry. Get it out. Mm-hmm. Get it out. You're disappointed. Get it all out. Go lay down on it. Get up the next day and figure out a different way to do. Yes, make a plan
and stick to it. Write it down. Write the plan down.
What you're gonna do.
Write it down. There's so many people who have a plan. Oh, it's up here.
No. I'm so anal retentive. I write everything.
Let's see tomorrow if it's going to be there. Be like Mary Jane and put them all over the house.
Yes, I like
Post-its.
I write everything down. So.
But it works because that's making you, once you see it on paper, it's making you accountable.
Yes.
And if you don't write it on paper, tell it to a friend. That way when you want to slip up,
tell it to Facebook.
Right.
Trust me, people on Facebook will remind you.
Remind you.
I'm going to lose 70 pounds. God forbid you take a picture with you eating chips. I thought you said you was going to lose it. Yeah, they will remind you on Facebook. So post it on Facebook if you got goals.
But make people they'll make you accountable.
They will make you accountable.
That's why they're called support system. Because when you feel weak, they're going to be the first one to kick you in your weak ass to get you right back on track to sit there and say, no, you're right. I said I was going to do this.
And I'm going to do it.
You accomplish it, right. It's a group accomplishment. It's not just you. Be aware of those things. We don't have to live miserable. We choose to live miserable. Bad things happen to all of us.
No, they do.
All the time.
It's life.
It's life.
It's life.
It's life. But
bad stuff happens. And sometimes bad stuff go back to back to back. You seem like, good God, can I take anything else? So a lot of times it'll go back to back, but you'll get through it. Like you will definitely get through it.
But don't stop there. Don't stop there. Don't think that this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the end of my life.
It's over.
I can't do this no more. And don't get me wrong. There's people out there that have mental chemical imbalances.
We're just talking about
your general Joe and Jane.
Yeah.
Just balance. Just make sure you bounce back. Everybody goes through hard times.
And I always say, I give myself, and I do this all the time. I said, Zell, you're going to give yourself this amount of time for your pity party. You're going to get on this pity train, and you're going to ride it for 3-4 days. When that 4th day is up, you get your behind up, and you get your life together, and get it right.
Girl,
and normally that's what happens. I give myself that time to just sit there in the robe and eat ice cream and look crazy, no wash for your head, you looking crazy. Stuff. I give myself that time. Let me get this all out my system.
True.
And then when that day comes, it's like, Zell, all right, You had enough.
Get off your
Get
ass.
up. Like, you got it all out your system. Let's go.
Ain't no
do
reason
something
why you're
different.
still here.
Let's figure this out.
Yep. Change of scenery is great. You know what I mean? When I get into a certain type of funk, sometimes I might take myself to a park and go walk the trails.
And it's been so nice the past couple days, and I'm saying like this.
Oh, I've been at the parks. I've been
like these are park days. I'm like, oh my god, I need to be in the park somewhere.
I've been at the parks. I went to South Byron. I went to Jampitro, and I walk. That's what I do. I walk it out. You know what I mean?
And even if just go somewhere
my little earphones in,
do something different. Like even if you go to the mall,
right?
Usually we go to the mall with a purpose to buy something and shop and get out.
Right. Just be around
Go to the mall and just stroll.
Yep.
Window shop.
My other thing is that when I get, maybe I shouldn't say because then they're going to start tracking and finding me and stuff, but I will take off and go to a major city, whether it be New York, whether it be Philly, Delaware, anywhere that there's a large group of people.
Now, see, I'd probably be like the opposite. I'd probably like would want to go like North Carolina, Virginia, somewhere down south.
To me, when
something just a different scenery. Sometimes you just get your car and just drive. Just drive somewhere.
To me, to be in an environment of a whole bunch of people that I don't know is energizing.
Yeah,
because it lets you know that it's a big world. What the hell are you crying for?
And like with the job moving, which is now instead of 2 minutes away from my house, it's 15. And I was complaining at first, but I said, you know what? This is I need to decompress.
Right.
Leaving the job. I need to drive that 15 minutes where I can just like
zone out.
Yes, I can listen to that, turn up the music, and I kind of just, I need that. Because before it would be like work, home. So there was no in between to like kind of get all of that out. So now it's kind of like by the time I get home, I'm like, okay, I'm cool. So it gives me that little time to, just kind of wind down.
Right.
And just,
So 2018, from everything what we were saying, has been a challenging, out of the comfort zone for a lot of people. And there's nothing wrong with being out of your comfort zone. It's actually a good place to be. And once you program your mind to think that this is a good place to be and you're out of your comfort zone, you'll be able to flow through life a whole lot easier. Because if you live in resistance, that's what is going to come back to you, resistance. But if you live in that positive flow, okay, this is what I'm supposed to go through. Remember, to every problem, there's a solution.
Always.
But as long as you focus on that problem, you're never going to find that solution.
Never.
But once you just kind of coast through it, the solution finds you quicker than you would have thought. So remember that. Next time you find yourself in an uncomfortable position, just let it go. Let it happen.
After a while, that's how I just started acting. I was like, I don't care, whatever. I was just like, whatever. Bring it. Right. What you got?
But then you kept singing, bring it, and it kept bringing it to you, and now you're just like, God damn, when's it going to stop?
Yeah, but then after a while, I was just like, whatever. But what else is there? Like, I can handle anything. Because it just got to that point, said, Zell, if you can handle all the, and that's what I said.
You've been through worse.
I said, I've been through worse than this. I've been through worse, and I came out shining. So I'm going to be just fine. Right. You little problem right now. You're a little problem that's nicking at me like a little chihuahua. Just ching, ching, ching. Yeah, I'm going to get over you. It's going to be, I'm going
to be all right.
I'm going to be all right. Because I done been through far worse.
I got this.
It. Yeah,
Put yourself around positive people, positive energy. Do something different. Okay, go out to the movies. By yourself if need be.
Oh, I always,
I know you do. Go to your local bar and get a drink or two. You know what I mean? Change the monotony of what you're going through. That way you're no longer focusing on the problem. The solution comes to you sooner. As long as you don't sit there and like, oh my God, that's exactly what's going to happen.
And I really do. And I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, God, I used to just like Mondays I would take off and just go.
Right.
Like,
and that
or Friday, I would just go and just shop, have lunch.
Then why don't you do it again?
I'm going to have to. I really have to. Yeah, I would go to the movies and then I would just go shop or do
out
this
to dinner.
And just relax. Right. It was like my day when whatever I wanted to do. Day. That was what I did. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I got to do it. I got to.
Most definitely.
It's just like, yeah.
Yo, he cooking me in here. Now
I know.
got the heat on.
Well, next week, I really want to. I want to talk about the heroin dilemma.
Girl, that's always going to be a dilemma. It's been a dilemma for years, since the 70s.
So, it's a new heroin dilemma.
Ain't nothing new in this world, sweetheart.
Well, this one, it might be a little bit new.
Why is that?
We're going to do that next week. Nope, we're going to come back with that next week. The new heroin dilemma.
It felt good to come back.
Yes, we are back, baby. We are back.
Thank you for our loyal listeners. We appreciate your time and being patient with us while we were figuring life out along the way.
We ain't figured it out
I
yet, but
done
we
did.
came back. We came back.
But we appreciate all the time that you and all the support that you've given us, even though you guys won't call in because you're kind of a little scared. We ain't gonna bite your head off.
Sharon will. I'm not.
Never. I might play with my food a little bit, but I ain't gonna bite you. That would be Zelle's job. So you guys have a great week.
Yes, have a great week.
Stay positive.
See you next Monday.
Good night.